You simply need to understand that when you make it about how people of color matter, individuals sort of say, yes, indeed, you will be, as you recently said. Is perhaps the most madly stupid thing? Welcome to our Fame Reporter YouTube channel. It seems like Jason Aldean just spilled some hot tea about, as a matter of fact, Whoopi Goldberg. As indicated by sources, Jason has been murmuring that Whoopi is supposedly double-crossing her own kin, and he believes she's only a subtle snake. Could you, at any point, trust it? It resembles an exemplary instance of a green snake and green grass circumstance going on. So for what reason does Jason believe that Whoopi is a snake? In a hurricane of debate and media craze, bluegrass music hotshot Jason Aldean wound up at the focal point of a tempest subsequent to delivering his hit melody attempt that, in an unassuming community. The tune's strong verses, celebrating affectionate networks, positive energy, and supporting what's right, have been confused and dismissed by some as having bigoted feelings. In the midst of the tumult, Jason Aldean has taken a strong stand, declining to withdraw from the woke crowd and shielding the genuine importance of his melody. One noticeable figure who said something regarding the debate was, as a matter of fact, Whoopi Goldberg, the straightforward co-host of the famous daytime television show The View. Gold offered remarks that were libelous and deceiving, provoking Aldean to address what is happening and uncover his considerations regarding this situation. Whoopi Goldberg cracked down on Jason Aldean's most recent music video. The moderator shared her contemplations on The View and let them all out. She scrutinized the utilization of symbolism from the people of color matter development in the video, contending that the dissidents were just paying special attention to their local area and dealing with one another notwithstanding what they saw as foul play. Notwithstanding, Whoopi additionally called attention to the fact that raising people of color matter could bring up issues and worries about the video's message. She then, at that point, proceeded to get down on Jason and the scholars for their imaginative decisions. It never occurred to Jason or the journalists that that was what these people were doing. On the other hand, Jason rushed to answer Whoopi's claims in a strong showcase of fortitude and strength. Aldean addressed the debate head-on during one of his shows. He talked energetically about the genuine significance of attempting that in a humble community and the reasons for picking the town hall area. Aldean stated that the tune is tied in with supporting one another and facing viciousness and annihilation, paying little heed to race or nationality. He likewise communicated his failure with the twofold principles common in the music business, where melodies advancing viciousness, drug use, and debasement of ladies are commended and compensated, while a tune praising solidarity in the local area is gone after and distorted. He tweeted that I have been blamed for delivering a star-lynching melody, a tune that has been out since May, and that my direct statement was not excessively satisfied with the cross-country BLM fights. These references are meritless yet risky. There is certainly not a solitary verse in the tune that references race or focuses on it, and there is definitely not a solitary video cut that isn't genuine news film. And keeping in mind that I can attempt to regard others as having their own understanding of a melody in music, this one goes excessively far. In the interim, Whoopi Goldberg's genuine comments on Jason Aldean's dubious music video have likewise started a fierce blaze of responses from fans. While certain fans value her viewpoint, there are those who are not keeping down their failure and, in any event, are naming her a sellout for her assertions. These negative remarks blame Whoopi for undermining her standards to shield the video's symbolism. A specific fan has voiced their conflict with Whoopi's translation of the term dealing with as portrayed in the video. They unpretentiously show that her comprehension veers from their own, proposing a fluctuation in suppositions concerning the fundamental message passed on through the scenes in the music video. The fans remark Whoopi has an alternate form of what dealing with it implies than I do, and she features the different viewpoints and translations that the video has evoked among viewers. An alternate fan communicated their view, stating that I'm almost certain both enormous urban communities and modest communities were addressed in the music video, making Whoopi's discourse difficult. As per this fan, the video portrayed a different scope of areas, not exclusively zeroing in on modest communities, as proposed by Whoopi. Their remark demonstrates that the video displayed a more extensive range of settings, which is in contradiction to Whoopi's particular perception of modest communities. In any case, not all fans were as estimated in their analysis. One especially unforgiving remark proposes that Whoopi can't be oblivious to the way that unassuming communities don't regularly torch stores and structures. It is off track or misguided to suggest that her perspectives. The fan remarked that she couldn't be simply idiotic. Unassuming communities don't torch stores and structures. The analysis doesn't end there. As a fan calls for uncommon activity, expressing obtusely, fire Whoopi. This remark exhibits their disappointment with her perspectives and demonstrates a longing to see her eliminated from her situation, probably on The View. In the midst of all the continuous contention, many fans have started scrutinizing the diligent outcome of The View. Their shock at the show's continued presence on TV is clear given the steady discussions and troublesome minutes it faces. One fan as of late remarked, "How is The View still on television?" This comment distinctively highlights the polarizing idea of the show and suggests that it may not be guaranteed to take special care of everybody's inclinations. A huge number of fans solidly accept that The Craftsman was legitimate in revealing insight into specific parts of Hollywood. They earnestly support Jason Aldean and praise him for actually considering moving toward it in both the music video and the verses. One fan even communicated their fortitude by expressing their desire to remain with Jason Aldean. The melody's effect is obvious, as it reverberates with his allies and empowers significant conversations about the issues brought up in the music. One fan commented, "Great job, Jason. We rural people grasp a decent tune." Obviously, this fan values the legitimacy and appeal of Aldean's music for the people who live in provincial regions. One more ally communicates their profound respect for The Craftsman's serious areas of strength. This short yet strong assertion features their steady support for Jason Aldean. In the midst of the contention tending to the subject of the melody, the fan brought up the fact that humble communities are totally not quite the same as the enormous towns. This remark repeats the opinion of the melody and underlines that life in modest communities can be immensely different from that in enormous urban areas. One excited fan appears to be prepared to say goodbye to specific shows. It is wonderful to express this in this post. By The View. By CMT. Keep 'em coming, Jason Love. Attempt that in a modest community. They give off the impression of applauding Aldean while communicating their lack of engagement with different news sources that might have censured the tune. As the fan responses keep on pouring in, it is obvious that Jason Aldean's music has hit home for his crowd, lighting up discussions and getting enthusiastic reactions from his allies and pundits. The Craftsman's choice to investigate provocative subjects in his music has evidently ignited discussions about cultural issues, making him a huge figure in the contemporary music scene. Jason Aldean's music video for Attempt That in a Modest Community has turned into a subject of serious political discussion since its delivery. The video, which fills in as an advancement for Aldean's impending 11th collection, has evoked blended responses from fans and pundits, with understandings of its message frequently adjusting along political partitions. The actual melody spins around the possibility of an implicit rule in humble communities where occupants pay special attention to one another